All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is the Random Show. I don't have one specific topic to talk about, just a bunch of stuff. This is Steph Curry's new logo. This is how I didn't want to start with this, but this is what we landed on. Steph Curry's brand new logo. As you can see, it features the 666 signs, right? Kind of like Taco Bell and how they try to slide the 666 into their sign too. Very slick, right? And also Taco Bell got the snake eye right in the middle. So it got the six and the snake eye, and it's looking downward. It's coming down towards you. I'm like, and Taco Bell lettuce has not been getting the best publicity as of late, right? So I thought that was interesting. Just Steph Curry new logo for his new shoe. Just signed a new contract, and I guess it's sign a contract with the devil. I guess that's what they're trying to say. And then Taco Bell, I mean, Taco Bell gonna give you diarrhea no matter what. So you taking a chance anyway. Go. Taco Bell breakfast is pretty good though. Okay, so what else we got? Let's keep it pushing. Oh, that beautiful flat Earth, man. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I like to look at hot air balloons every now and again, and then you can see how the horizon comes up to your eye level, which should be impossible on a bald Earth because at some point, the higher you rise, the horizon level should start going away from you, start rolling away from you. But the fact that it keeps on rising up with you lets you know that you are more than likely on a flat plane.
Were absolutely spectacular. We were flying over the grand old city of York. I'm used to flying over this city all the time in my aircraft, but to experience it from outside in such a stable and tranquil way with very little sound or wind was absolutely magical. We started to climb to over 4,000 feet, and from that vantage point, it looked like the other balloon was actually going down and landing. This was an optical illusion, of course. It was just that we were gaining height at a much more rapid rate. Obviously, being a balloon means that the pilot has very little control over the balloon's direction. It will follow the wind, but the pilot can make the balloon descend or ascend at will through the burner. This means there's some real skill.
And some people they take their GoPhone up there, not GoPhone, but GoPro up there, and it's it ain't as good. I wanted to start with the Odyssey, the movie The Odyssey, just came out July 17th, right? Starring Matt Damon. Matt Damon is from Massachusetts, so that probably means he's a Boston fan, Boston sports fan, Patriots fan. This movie, the NFL's kicking off with the Patriots versus the Seahawks, just like the Super Bowl. Seahawks. This is about this movie. All right, they're gonna try to make it about the Trojan horse, which another football reference. Got two horse teams in the NFL, but the water is what I've been focusing on because the name of the guy who directed the movie is Christopher Nolan, right? Like Nolan Wales, who was drowned in Mississippi. No land. It's funny. I made the Nolan Wales connection to water. Then I realized this movie came out a few days after Nolan Wales' body washed ashore on Horn Island. The Odyssey with Nolan Wales. This is a movie about journeying across water. You see the rapper in there, Travis Scott from Houston. I think this is what we need to keep our eye on is this movie. Who's in it? A lot of people who's from in Spider-Man, the new movie Spider-Man is in this movie too. So I think there's a connection too. Spider-Man old movie was called No Way Home, and basically that's what this movie is about. The Odyssey. He's trying to get home, so he got to travel across the water to get there. This dude right here is not in the movie. I mean, he's barely in the movie. So yeah, the Odyssey. The movie came out July 17th. NFL opens up 9/9, September 9th. 54 days. Yeah, I know that's one of my favorite numbers. Yeah, Matt Damon, Patriots connection. Travis Scott with the Houston connection. Yeah. The Odyssey and No Land. But okay, let's keep it pushing, man. Let's keep it pushing. As I told you, that Confederate flag is your flag. That's your original flag.
To do anything disrespectful to a flag that our ancestors died for. And I'm talking about tribe after tribe after tribe had this flag before it was considered the Confederate flag. Confederations. This whole landmass was a confederation prior to these foreigners coming over here. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to do it right now. 1828, Webster's English Language Dictionary. Can y'all see this? Confederation, the act of confederating, a league, a compact for mutual support, alliance, particularly of principles, nations, or states. The three principles enter into a strict league and confederation. Number two, the United States of America are sometimes called the Confederation. This is before 1861. And when I told you that it wasn't called the United States, it was the Union States. Here, I'm going to give you that one too. I want you to look at the bottom of that now. Official website, U.S. Embassy in the United Kingdom. I'm coming up. What'd that say right there? They know, but you don't. They hiding it from you. You can't get it on Google. In the United Kingdom, they know what's going on, but you don't. What they got to hide for? You look up Union States of America, they're going to show you pictures that say United States of America. Let's go back. Okay. Did you know that the president of the Confederate States of America, by the name Jefferson Davis, was not only previously a part of the House of Representatives in Congress, a colonel in command during the Mexican-American War, and even the Secretary of War under then-President Franklin Pierce in 1853, but he was also a member of the pro-slavery party called the Democrats. Ooh, hold on. Let's hold hands on this one. We got to walk slow coming across that street. Hold on. He was a member of the pro-slavery party called the pro-slavery Democrats. In the Army, again, high-ranking officers were Negroes, pro-slavery Democrats, high-ranking Negroes. They lying about something. Notice how they saying that he was pro-slavery. Was this really about slavery? Again, was it really about slavery? Look at his history. He was a part of the House of Representatives. I'm talking about previously now. He was a part of the House of Representatives, a colonel in command during the Mexican-American War, the Secretary of War under President Franklin Pierce in 1853, 10 years prior. Then all of a sudden now, it's a problem. I got to separate from the Union. I'm going to lead it. I'm a Democrat. We got to keep slavery. Again, was it really about slavery? Something not adding up. Yeah, it's about slavery, but let's send the slaves to go fight. Nah, we got their children. We'll just wait.
Yeah, I mean, capitalism. You got to keep the business running. They didn't give a damn about, just like COVID. They didn't give a damn about businesses then. They shut their business down then. They didn't give a damn. Capitalism. You're supposed to care about making a profit. This is how capitalism works. This is why capitalism works and communism doesn't. Communism, everybody gets paid the same thing, no matter what. Everybody gets paid the same thing. So hard work, you Do you really got to work hard? You're getting paid the same as this guy. If he want to work hard, that's on him. But capitalism provides incentives for people to work hard. What is the incentive to work hard for slavery? These people was promised something. American Indians of Oklahoma.
Take a real good look at their faces and tell me what African tribe you see. It's in that nose, ain't it? Yeah. Original American.
The concept of us saying yo to one another is really basically coming from the Chalagi or Cherokee of saying oh shio, the way in which we dance, the way in which we walk. The walk in the 70s that many people thought was an Afrocentric expression. And
I can tell you another thing about capitalism. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me play this right quick, man. I've been meaning to play this for weeks now. This is old news now.
It's happening right now. This video that we just...
Here we go.
Looking at a developing story as it's happening right now. This video that we just got into our newsroom just a little while ago, all a part of it, because a busy stretch of Midtown has been turned into an emergency scene this week.
Remember, the president, he was the 45th president and the 47th president. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. He's the 9/11 president. Like I said, planes have been crashing into each other since January 20th, 2025. That's when he officially became president again. This is a building in Manhattan, downtown New York, Manhattan.
Morning after a structural problem was discovered at a high-rise construction project. This video that you're looking at right here is from inside of this building. The video we got in from a man named Anthony Marino. And here's what we know. What began as reports of bricks falling from a building quickly escalated when firefighters found 2 buckled structured columns on the 21st floor. And now the Department of Buildings has inspectors on the scene trying to determine exactly what failed and whether the building is stable and pretty much what happens next. Tyler, can we go back to that first video that we were looking at? Okay, so we can kind of give us, it's not these aluminum sort of pillars and beams that we're worried about. It's what's behind it there. So if you take a look, and we'll go back to it in just a second, we'll restart. So that's what we're worried about there, that column in the back, the one that's buckled. Apparently there's 2 of those columns that have buckled, and that's what's causing this real concern here. So where is this all happening? This is at 235 East 42nd.
So yeah, this building like it's about to collapse, just like 9/11. That's weird. This guy, I'm not gonna lie, I have a hard time keeping up with this guy. I'm trying to understand. He is saying some deep stuff, and it's very important. I could tell what he's saying, but it's just kind of hard to keep up with. He's not breaking it down so like a 5th grader can understand, but which is cool though. So.
At any moment of the day and all throughout the year, the sun occupies one of these 12 zodiac signs. If you look up to the sky, even at the middle of the day, there's stars right there. The sun is in a certain specific zodiac at that time, no matter what time you look at the sky. Also, the moon and the luminaries also travel through this same zodiacal region, although each of the celestial bodies each move at its own apparent rate of speed and follows its own cyclical pattern or harmonic oscillation analemma trajectory as well. The zodiac belt itself is approximately 17 degrees wide and 360 degrees long. Each zodiac sign occupies a 30-degree section of that belt. When plotted on celestial charts, the zodiac forms a circular pathway that crosses both north and south of the celestial equator, which is why some zodiac constellations appear above the equator while others appear below the equator. The belt makes a sort of a more oval, like more elliptical circle on the celestial charts because, again, some are above the equator and some are below the equator. That's why if you look at maps, that zodiac belt or the Analema line is always more elliptical. It's not. The zodiac is a 360-degree celestial belt, also known as Aphrodite's belt, that is divided into 12 signs that are 30 degrees each, which makes up the 360. The zodiac belt in biblical language is called the Mazzaroth. And if you look in the biblical encyclopedia, it's also referred to as Mazaloth as well. So the sun, the moon, all of the luminaries and the 12 zodiac signs all follow this same celestial pathway through the heavens. The sky moves, not the earth. It appears to rotate overhead, causing the zodiac and the luminaries to rise in the east and set in the west. And this apparent daily motion completes a full 360-degree rotation in 24 hours approximately, or about 15 degrees per hour. So when we speak of the sun, the moon, and the luminaries and the stars rising and then setting, they are not simply literally moving up and then straight back down again, but rather they appear to approach us, approach the observer in the eastern sky, and then it reaches our zenith overhead, and then it moves over to the western sky, and then it sets in the opposite horizon. But it's just coming into your view and then going out of your view geocentrically.
It's fifth dimension information. It's very hard to understand how the sun and moon is working, and the celestials, the heavens. It's very tricky, and it's very tricky on your eyes. That's why I always show the hallway, and just to show you how your eyes perceive things. So yeah, man. I'm still trying to figure this guy. I know what he's talking to. He's referring to how all the stars are fixed to the dome. But some parts I'm still not getting. I'm gonna have to look at some definitions to help me better understand what's going on.
Certain energy points, all of that shit. The Moors did that. The Moors did all of that. All they modern day cathedrals, them big ass cathedrals that sits on the hills with the certain shapes. It was the Moors who put squares on top of circles and triangles on top of cutting triangles in half. They ain't know shit about no shape and how to mix no shapes together. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't know how to put no circles on top of no motherfucking rectangular cylinders and no squares on top of hexagons. And all that shit is designed strategically, specifically on certain energy points. All of that shit.
He's right, you know. See what Morgan Freeman got to say.
3 months you find ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
You want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Perfection.
Black.
It's the OG giving that good wisdom right there. Let's see what Shiloh Sanders.
Now this is real prime time.
Do you know everybody outside of America knows who Black people really are in America, except Black people in America?
What are they?
They're American.
And I recommend, if you still want checks, to don't be telling everybody this shit either, because you understand by you saying that you fuck up America. You understand they've been killing and doing us dumbass shit for this reason. Yes, you are the dark copper skinned people Columbus seen. This is Pocahontas' daddy. As you can see, they call him black. He looked like a devil. That's why I don't go by black. It's a derogatory term for evil, bitch. Black cats, black magic. This is the definition of a motherfucking Indian. I'm from Ahoskie, North Carolina. Cursed name from Britain. The only place in the fucking world is an indigenous place. Hoorah! You're not niggas. For 500 years, they've been trying to make you think you somebody else because this is your fucking land. And you'll kill America. Pretty much.
Deion Sanders. Not America, but the United States. The United States is the corporation. America is just the country. Moorish. And the Moors is builders. Like I was telling my son, you can't see your face. I was having a conversation with him. Like, you can't see your face right now, but you can see your hands. So the objective of the game that you entered is to build and create every day. Every day you need to be building and creating something. Even if it fails, it doesn't matter. You got to build and create every day. What you look like don't matter because you can't even see your face. You don't even know what the hell you look like. It wasn't for a mirror. So, but you know, can't wake everybody up. Not saying that, you know, he ain't woke, but just, you know, I'm just saying.
Run down the street screaming and forcing other people to awaken. There is a moral responsibility to allow people. It's a very bizarre statement. You have a moral responsibility to leave people alone to suffer the way they choose. All you can do is create an environment for them where if they don't want to suffer, they can come up for air. But you can't force another human being not to suffer. But you learn after the first blush of awakening that you don't run down the street screaming and forcing other people to awaken. There is a moral responsibility to allow people. It's a very bizarre statement. You have a moral responsibility to leave people alone to suffer the way they choose. All you can do is create an environment for them where if they don't want to suffer, they can come up for air. But you can't force another human being not to suffer.
Because you're going to be looking crazy, trying to beat people up to learn. That ain't how it works. You just let them learn on their own. The Odyssey. Christoph. That's Christoph from the Truman Show. Christ of Christ. He was the one looking in the eye, watching Truman every move. The watcher of thoughts. That's the single eye that he was looking into. All right. Oh yeah, let me get this out of the way because we going to Philly with LeBron. So Young Bull, I heard LeBron say Young Bull. Only missing one letter. The Young Bull, like I said, LeBron got that tattoo of the boule. And Young Bull, I was shocked to see that's how you used to say it. But they got Young Boulevard. Most of Martin Luther King Jr., the streets that's named after him are really boulevards. Boulevard. Young Boule. Young Bull. So with LeBron, Boule is the key word that we're going to be looking for. Boule is 55 too. And there go my guy. There go that flag. There go that Confederate flag. On that old man. You can see he was leaving the body like the Naga or the NASA, trying to get to the heavens. These were spiritual people. These was deep spiritual people, bro.
It was working, and it was ripped out overnight.
It's connected to Tataria too.
From the 1800s. Same domes, same spires, same needle structures on every rooftop. Buildings in America, Russia, India. Identical architecture across continents with zero contact between them. That is not coincidence. That is a shared technology. Here is where it gets interesting. Those domes were not decorative. They were receivers, pulling electromagnetic energy from the atmosphere directly into the building. The same principle Tesla spent his life trying to recreate. He wasn't inventing something new. He was recovering what Tartaria already mastered. But here's where it gets darker. After the mud flood erased Tartaria, the new rulers inherited these buildings, stripped the domes, removed the spires, replaced everything with coal and gas. Free energy became paid energy, controlled energy. They didn't destroy Tartaria because they feared the empire. They destroyed it because they feared the technology. Follow for more. Every city built before
Yeah, these are very intelligent people, and they give you the we come from monkeys. That's the high Tartarian.
Predictive programming, and I'm about to break it down for you right now. I do think it is interesting how Tom Holland, Zendaya, and John Bernthal are in two of the biggest blockbusters of the summer at the exact same time in theaters with The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day. But we'll just leave it at that. So the movie is based around mind control, and the government, the CIA, has openly admitted to experimenting with mind control during the MK Ultra project during the Charles Manson era. One of the most obvious, of course, of every Spider-Man movie, he shoots webs whenever he makes the devil horns. Here you see the duality, as above, so below. Him showing the one eye is evil, a sign of the devil, Lucifer, Satan watching over you at all times. And of course, you have the horns on top of his head. This is, of course, made famous. Anton LaVey, one of the founders of the Church of Satan, or the founder, made famous in the 60s with rock stars. Also, you cannot get within 33 feet of Jean Grey, or else she can control your mind.
You have a limit to your jump radius, don't you? 33 feet. I don't see anybody up here for you to hop into.
The number 33 is important in Masonic symbolism. The number 33 is the highest level of degrees of the Scottish Rite. And also, you have 33 vertebrae in your spine. Also,
which is funny that he brings up the 33 vertebrae, because that's what's on the back of the guy's helmet in Nolan Wills movie. Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey. You see the vertebrae.
Jesus died whenever he was 33, so that's why we see 33 everywhere. Another obvious one is this inhibitor chip that Peter has to put in the back of his neck, symbolizing the mark of the beast, a microchip that eventually they want to start introducing. This is more predictive programming, more truth hidden in plain sight. They're even advertising this to kids in the popcorn buckets with the RFID inhibitor chip in the back of Spider-Man's neck. Secretive handshakes with ties to Masonic symbolism. They have secret handshakes. John Bernthal plays the Punisher. Of course, he has a skull on his chest. Skull and Bones being, of course, a secret fraternity of Yale that produced a lot of U.S. presidents. Also,
and maybe the next U.S. president, because J.D. Vance is a lawyer from Yale. I don't have any information that he's Skull and Bones, but just going off the history, it would seem like a lawyer from Yale who's in line to be president, he might be associated with Skull and Bones.
So I don't know what this scene was about. Jean Grey takes control of this.
And if this is gonna happen, you're gonna see a lot of Skull and Bones symbolism before J.D. Vance becomes president, way before. Just like AJ DeBonster, the NBA. You go look at the NBA draft. You got AJ DeBonster and Adrian Peterson. They went 1 and 2. AJ DeBonster wears the number 3. Darian Peterson wears the number 22. So that's 3-2-2. And that's the order that they went in. He went number 1 and wearing number 3. And the other brother went number 2 wearing number 22. So it looked like 3-2-2 when you put the jerseys on the screen together. And Karl Anthony Towns' mom, 322 weeks before he wins the NBA Finals, she passed away. So I have been seeing some 322, but it hasn't been a lot to make a whole video about it. It'd be like that sometimes. That's why we do these random videos where I could just put a whole lot of stuff together that I don't got 15 minutes of content for, 10 minutes of content for. It's just like I got a few minutes.
Old man's mind for no reason and kills him. He gets ran over right in front of Spider-Man. His spider senses didn't come in. He didn't save him. And as you can see, he has his hands out like he is on the cross. And of course, the damage control, aka the CIA, abducting Jean Grey's sister in broad daylight, straight up in ice fashion, and covering it up, basically killing her, experimenting on her and killing her and covering it up. Textbook CIA. Also, this kid that Spider-Man saves has this weird shirt on that kind of looks like this shirt that Ellen and Jay-Z are wearing, this hoodie that they're wearing, but I'm sure that these are just conspiracies.
Yep, just conspiracies, man. That's all it is. Nothing's going on here, nothing to see.
John D. Rockefeller seized U.S. media. He also hijacked U.S. medicine. When it was discovered that drugs could be produced from petroleum, America's top oil mogul ordered his army of propagandists to invert reality accordingly. Medicines used for thousands of years were suddenly classified as alternative, while the new, petroleum-based, highly addictive, and patentable drugs were declared the gold standard. After buying a German pharmaceutical company that manufactured chemicals of war for Adolf Hitler, Rockefeller leveraged his political influence by pressing Congress to declare natural healing modalities unscientific quackery. Rockefeller then took control of the American Medical Association and began offering massive grants to top medical schools under the mandate that only his approved curriculum be taught. Any mention of the healing powers of herbs, plants, and diet was erased from most medical textbooks. Doctors and professors who objected to Rockefeller's plan were crucified.
And see, to me, the Salem witch trials is before this. They have been trying to get rid of the woman's knowledge of the plants. The women had the knowledge of the plants, and they were the healers. They were the doctors.
The Indian healers built one of the most sophisticated systems of plant medicine in human history, integrating diet, herbs, and the people who knew the most.
So you see why, you know, Eve had to be evil. That's what I'm saying. Whoever wrote that book, I think it's a corporation thing more than it is a spirituality thing. I think, you know, once you decode it, there is a spirituality, but like I don't know, because the meat eating and the plant thing goes together to me. So the medicine and the free food to me goes together. Like I said, they got rid of the women trees, the female trees, and so these trees around the city just ain't bearing no fruit like they used to back in the days. I'm telling you, people used to walk in the forest and come out fatter.
About plants were not doctors. They were not professors. They were not scientists. They were women. They were peasants. They were the elderly. They were the ones who lived close to the land, who had inherited generation after generation an enormous body of knowledge about which leaves healed and which ones killed. They were the closest thing most people had to medical care, and for thousands of years, their knowledge was respected, sought after, necessary. And then, almost overnight in historical terms, that knowledge became a death sentence. Over the next hour, we're going to walk through the dark history of medicinal plants. We're going to meet the healers and the herbalists. We're going to learn what they actually knew, what plants they used, what real pharmacology